Well
We
done.
used to do that on a tray when we were kids, did you?
Yeah, hated it.
Well, you got it
You can
again.
see why, Andy.
I can see why.
I take the hint.
I was no good. I was just no good at it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So now, have we all got our homework questions ready?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I propose, we'll do the magic wheel of fortune, of course.
Of course.
And when you read out your question, we'll give ourselves 20 seconds
Oh, blimey.
to think of a plausible answer to the question. Yeah, and then we'll come up with it. So here's the first spinning wheel of death.
Can I get a piece of pencil?
Pete.
Ah, right. Well, a bit Welsh this one because, of course,
We expect
sad day
that.
for Mark Drakeford, whose wife died earlier in the week or end of last week.
Yeah.
I'm a bit pissed off with him because he's trying to get me extradited at the moment because I'm costing the Wales Health Service too much. He wants to send me back to England where I came from.
We don't want you either.
No.
That's not the only thing he's asking of England as well. He wants his stones back. So which stones are they?
Stonehenge.
Yes.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The blue stones at
Yes.
Stonehenge.
Yeah,
I think they come from the Pacific.
they do indeed.
The stones of Stonehenge.
Some of them, not all of them. There's
Come
the
from
blue
the-
one.
There was a brilliant TV program about
Exactly. Yeah.
Finding
the
them,
original
yes,
location,
Yeah.
which was in the Preseli Hills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Just recently, Bruno got together with a friend's daughter who went to Dilton Marsh with him. And they were talking about the assemblies that Peter used to do, one of which was to take a heavy object on rollers,
It was the PE shed.
the
It was
PE
large.
shed on rollers. Was it across the playground?
Yeah, we wanted to rearrange it. So,
So,
we did an assembly. Yeah.
Science in action. Because of
Hence the
course,
Trowbridge pyramids.
so because there's been loads of controversy about how we got the stones
Yes,
from A to B.
Well,
In the TV program, they experiment. I think it was in that program. They did get a load of kids to experiment with moving a similar size stone using rollers and rope, and they seemed to do it quite easily. But of course, that was only 100 yards. It wasn't 100 miles.
It wasn't from Wales to England.
Uphill and down Dale.
Very
It's Varian, it's
Varian.
your question.
Right. Okay. When Jacob Rees-Mogg became president of the Oxford University Conservative Association, the student newspaper described his campaign as what?
You've got 20 seconds. Think of a
A
sentence.
campaign for something or other.
it was anti-immigrant.
No, you've not got to shout it out.
Oh,
got to write it down. Campaign for.
I'm ready to write with. I can't write anymore. Anyway.
Beep.
Monocle. I got
5
one.
seconds.
Okay.
Time's up.
I've got it in my head.
I've got one. Oh,
Andy?
hang on, we've got a big thing for you.
Me, a nanny state.
Campaign for it. I've got,
Hang on, go round. We'll go round.
anybody, Hillary?
A campaign to leave Europe.
Campaign to leave Europe.
I've got a campaign for monocles on the NHS.
Got one coming next week.
I've got
You may laugh.
campaign,
You may
campaign
laugh.
for return to the 19th century.
Yeah. I got returning to the 18th century.
Well, I like it.
Yes, Roger.
I got Disraeli was right, but I think it's too modern.
Hi, Lynn.
Any more?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie?
For the local haberdashers to have double-breasted pajamas in stock.
Very good.
God help us.
Time to spin the wheel.
Well,
No,
what was the
no,
right
no,
answer?
no.
What was the real one?
Well, I think probably Roger was the closest. A campaign for world domination and social adequacy.
Yeah, well, he's failed miserably there then, hasn't he?
Who was the American politician who had delusions of adequacy? Somebody said it about, sorry, this is not a quiz question, but somebody said it about one American politician. I can't remember who it was, but it made me laugh.
Must be. Sounds like George Bush to me.
No, I think it was before then. I can't remember.
Yeah, it sounds older than that.
She's not here.
She's not here. Spin again.
Oh, okay. The question is, which product has been marketed since 2008 with this advertising tagline? If your grandfather hadn't worn it, you wouldn't exist.
Right.
God.
It was 2008, that was it.
Simpson.
I missed that, Hilary.
Was that advertised in 2008?
It's still going on since 2008.
All right.
Oh, I've got.
Can you just say it again, Roger?
Yes. Which product has been marketed since 2008 with the tagline, if your grandfather hadn't worn it, you wouldn't exist?
I've got mine in my head.
Yeah, I've got one.
Oh,
Your grandfather hadn't-
time's up.
Right, come on, who's got one?
I've got one.
Go on then.
Durex.
The other way around.
That's the way around, exactly.
That's the other way around.
I think you need some education there, Jim.
Well, I was going to say Durex with the latest Durex with
Holes in it.
With what?
holes.
Better sell-
I was going to say one with a leak in it.
Hillary. Hillary.
M&SY fronts. Sorry, M&S cotton Y fronts.
Yeah, I was going to say boxer shorts.
It was an it, wasn't it? Andy.
Brute.
Yes. Brute. The great smell.
That awful stuff that the kids use.
Yeah, that's a good.
Well, Andy, you're very, very close because it's actually the advertising tagline for Old Spice.
Oh.
Wow.
Now,
Like
my dad liked
Old
Old Spice.
Spice. God, that was.
Yeah.
Still going.
My dad wore Old Spice, horrible stuff. Are we ready
Well,
for
there
this?
you are.
Yeah.
Me?
Jim,
Yeah.
Okay. My question is, how did Evelyn Waugh die?
Oh.
Describe the circumstances of Evelyn
Evelyn
Waugh's
Waugh.
death.
Oh, I've got one.
You've got 20 seconds.
Your
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. About him.
Wrote Brighter Revisited.
Yeah, I know, but about him personally.
What were they? The War trilogy. I can't remember. Scoop.
That's your time up.
Right. All into his thunderbox.
Oh, I had nearly that, Sheila. I had an exploding thunderbox.
Thunderbox.
Roger.
It was in one of his books.
That features in one of the novels, isn't it?
It's in
I've got-
the War
He was
trilogy.
Mr. War, but now he's at peace.
Oh, God.
That does
Oh
answer the
dear.
question.
Yes, Hilary?
He was playing murder mystery with his family in the drawing room.
Somebody decided to take him seriously for a change.
I think he was listening to the news.
Ollie?
Say he declined rapidly and fell over.
Fall, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Pete?
Had an accident in his open top Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he on a cruise ship? Was
and,
that
and ended up in pieces, not peace.
Right. Would you like the actual answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some mystery surrounding his death. Most people accept that he committed suicide.
Oh.
But according to the Encyclopedia of Contemporary Christian Fiction, they put it this way: he hated the modern mass, and providentially, he died before being forced to hear it in a language other than Latin.
Oh, come on.
Well, there you go.
That
I don't
sums
think
it.
I've on myself, but we'll see who it is. Oh, Hilary.
Right. So what was the what catchphrase did Margaret Thatcher use to describe the striking miners?
Okay, 20 seconds.
Something horrible. Oh, gosh, that's it.
You know, 20 seconds isn't very long when you have to think hard. Striking miners.
I have no idea.
Any ideas? Bob?
Shirkers, not workers.
Oh, very good. That's a bit like today's thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got Scargill's Army. That's all I could think of.
Okay. Somebody here.
Andy.
They're all frustrated ballet dancers. I'm thinking of Billy Elliot, I'm sorry.
Something I'd like to clobber with my handbag.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
They should stick to playing brass instruments.
That's, yeah. Have we got any others?
Any more? No. Hilary.
Well, she called them the enemy within.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
And it says here, it's the chilling catchphrase embodied her government's scorched earth onslaught of Britain's mining communities and gave the green light.
And Wales.
And gave the green light. She said that says Britain.
Sorry.
And gave the green light for the entire state to treat the miners' union as outlaws. But in this article, which was from The Guardian, it says here, It wasn't just the militarised police occupation of the coalfields. The 11,000 arrests, deaths, police assaults, mass jailings and sackings, the roadblocks, fit-ups and false prosecution, most infamously at the Orgreave coking plant, where an orgy of police violence in June 84 was followed by a failed attempt to prosecute 95 miners for riot on the basis of false evidence. But what is most chilling is that she did, her government did, what we have accused Russia of, which is interference. And it says, it is under the Prime Minister's guidance, it's that under the Prime Minister's guidance, MI5, Police Special Branch, GCHQ and NSA were mobilised not only to spy on the NUM on an industrial scale, but to employ agents provocateurs at the highest level of the union, dirty tricks, slush funds, false allegations, forgeries, phony cash deposits, and multiple secretly sponsored legal actions to break the defence of the mining communities.
I thought this was going to be a light-hearted evening.
I do.
My throat
It'll be interesting to see whether, in the light of the current industrial actions, any of the government roll that phrase out again, won't it?
Well, they have used it, the enemy within. They've used it against the unions, haven't they, recently?
Well, it sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, they have it.
But just so awful, the infiltration, the misinformation.
They did a good episode on that in Our Friends in the North. They did a really good episode on the miners' strike, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting, isn't it? She was such a fucking cow, wasn't she? Anyway.
Don't sugarcoat it.
No, I think I better get spinning quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Don't get me started. Yeah.
There you go, Andy. Your turn.
Right. This is less political. In the story of The Lion and Albert, as related by Stanley Holloway, what did Pa say when the zoo manager said, "What's to do?"
What did Pa say?
And he got eaten by the lion. What's to do?
But we don't know at what point in the story he said that.
Well, it's latish in the story.
Latish in the story.
Has Albert been eaten?
Well, if it's latest in the story, he probably has.
Yes.
That might be the answer, so shush.
Oh,
Okay, that's more or less time.
Hang on,
Pete.
Your lions, that's our Albert.
yeah.
I've got, can your wife sew? His leg
Roger's
back
got
on.
one.
Oh, so
Roger.
I got, can you get refunds on return train tickets?
That's, yeah.
That's, yeah,
Talia?
yeah, I can't believe one.
I hope he don't get indigestion.
Oh God, I can't remember. I remember that.
Ollie?
What time does the bar open?
Oh God, I can't think of one.
Hillary?
We didn't confer, but mine's nearly the same. Your Albert's got eaten by one of our lions.
And the face is what to do.
What's to do? Yeah.
What's to do?
I think there's something, clothes and all, or horse's head handle and all.
So I think well, they're all winners, but I think Pete and Hillary got to the inner ring because Pa said, "Yon lions, et Albert," And him in his Sunday clothes too.
Oh, what's happened to my phone?
Where's your
The
spinning wheel?
spinner. Get it back. Here it comes. Oh,
Oh,
oh, I give up. Here we go. Spin.
Oh,
Right. What links Robert Devereux, 2nd Earl of Essex, and a device for lifting weights or supporting an oil drill?
there.
Or supporting a what?
An oil drill.
An oil
What's the first bit? Oh,
Say it again. What?
What links the 2nd Earl of Essex and a device for lifting weights or supporting an oil drill?
Oh, God.
I've got one.
Earl of Essex.
Yeah, I don't even know who he is.
so it was Essex.
He was, if he's the Earl of Essex I'm thinking of, I think he came a cropper under Elizabeth I.
He did. He was a favourite for a while, and then
Yeah,
Oh,
and then fell
He went to Ireland.
spectacularly from grace.
Built Warwick Castle.
spectacularly failed in Ireland.
Mm.
oh.
And then he
Came back.
tried to sort of
Was he-
take over, didn't he? And yeah,
He
Was
did. He had a little revolt.
He built Warwick Castle and built a beautiful, hall to entertain Elizabeth.
that was
Uh,
Dudley.
Was it
I
Dudley?
don't see the
Oh,
links now.
Robert Dudley, yeah.
Well,
Shall we try and answer
I've got
Bob's
links.
Yeah,
question?
the
Who also fell from grace.
I think the answer is Derek.
That is the correct answer.
Mm.
Was that his first name?
No.
I was going to say he was bludgeoned to death with a car jack, but I think I might have been a little bit off the
By
target with
Elizabeth.
that one.
off piece to that. So
I was going to say that he was known to his friends as Derek.
I don't
Well,
get. Sorry.
Well, Derek is an oil.
Oh, right.
The device for lifting weights is known as a derrick. And
Yeah.
the reason it's known as a derrick is that the hangman at the end of Elizabeth's reign and the beginning of James was called Thomas Derrick. And he's supposed to have improved the apparatus.
Oh, right.
And the backstory is that he became hangman. It was very difficult to get people to do the job because people knew where you lived, and
Mm.
they had to wear a mask and
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the Earl of Essex, who was at the time that he was in control of things, more or less, appointed Thomas Derrick as hangman so that he as an alternative to being hanged for rape.
Oh, God.
Oh, right.
Thomas Derrick was a rapist who was let off by the Earl of Essex and made hangman. And he was hangman for quite a long time. And he ended up he was an executioner. Commoners got hung. But when the Earl of Essex was tried for his little revolt, he was executed with an axe by Thomas Derrick.
Oh, God. Good God.
He was better at hanging people than he was at chopping their
Chopping
heads
your
off.
hands off.
He had to try 3 times.
Oh, God.
Ooh. 3 Derricks, yeah.
Yeah.
According to Hilary Mantel, the executioner for Anne Boleyn was actually brought in from France.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
I think probably because he was very good at the job, but I guess also he could.
Didn't they use a sword as well rather than a?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he used a
Yeah.
sword, didn't he?
Yeah.
Famously
They
with
all
a
had
sword.
special swords, didn't they?
Mm.
You know, if you were a very successful executioner, where you would do it cleanly with one swipe, I think they had these amazing swords, which
The
were,
French did.
you know,
It was that
Mm.
because
Really
gosh.
sharp.
Here we go. Spin.
Ollie,
Okay.
Ollie.
Okay, my question is, what did the Duke of Wellington have to say about the Entente Cordiale?
God.
Mm.
Everybody's looking flummoxed.
I'd give it the boot.
I'd give it the boot.
I thought, over my dead boots.
Very good. I see the
He
word.
said, magnifique, j'ai beaucoup d'amis en France.
Nearly, almost.
Almost, yeah, I thought I'd be close.
I've got, if you think I'm going to sit down and drink with a bunch of frogs, you've got another thing coming, mate.
I put, don't trust the slimy French.
Nah.
those roast beefs are much superior to the cheese eating
Surrender monkeys.
referendum.
Snail nibblers.
I think you've got to answer this one with a Peter Sellers accent, haven't you?
Yes, yes.
You know.
Baguette waivers.
Right, come.
We've got time for one more, probably.
Hang about now, Ian.
What's the answer?
Ollie, what's
Oh,
the
okay. The answer, I'll try and say it. I won't say it in an Inspector Clouseau accent. I'll try and sound posh. We have always been, we are, and I hope we always shall be detested in France.
Well, he was right, wasn't he?
Continues to be right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, wonderful.
He also said, sorry about his army, you're probably quite a famous one. I don't know what effect these men will have upon the enemy. But by God, they frighten me.
My
frightened
God,
me.
they frightened me. Yes, I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Tanya, by the way.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip the Priti Patel one in favour of something more light-hearted.
Okay.
According to the Now Show in 2021, joined Comet, Cupid, and Rudolph.
Oh,
The Now Show? What's the Now Show?
No, that
They were the
reindeer,
the
weren't they?
reindeer. So who joined the reindeer?
Oh, yeah, somebody with a red nose. Some,
who would that be?
yeah, somebody who was ill or something.
2021. Oh, right.
Who joined them? No idea.
It's,
No,
Andy's got an answer. I think we should just go.
Andy's always got.
I'm pitching for Boris.
oh, are you? I was going to say Reese
I was
Mark.
hoping it would be Boris.
Anybody else?
Right. No,
Somebody with a red nose.
no.
Nobody
It
with
was
a-
at the height. It's the height of COVID. So it was Booster, Moderna, Dashboard, Pfizer, and Zeneca.
Great.
Very good.
Blimey,
welcome presents.
We've just been told that as of next week, we don't have to wear a mask on buses and trains. Which is quite
Hey.
interesting.
Oh,
Only in hospitals and
Hospitals
chemists.
and chemists now are the only
Yeah.
place.
Right.
yeah. Well, even in hospitals, they don't wear masks.
Oh,
When
we
I
have
went to have my
yeah.
tooth out, on Monday, nobody wore a mask, did they?
No, it didn't. I
Oh,
did.
wow, no,
we
we
did.
haven't.
We did, yeah.
We
There are
in
still people here wearing them sometimes in the street.
So,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Very
you
do
see it.
here, but
Yeah.
wear them in hospital and the doctors. Not that everybody does,
Yeah, you have
No.
to here.
and people
Quite
don't challenge it, and, too frightened.
No.
I mean, I went to the dentist this week, and obviously I couldn't wear a mask, otherwise he couldn't look in my mouth, but he was wearing.
Yeah.
They generally do though nowadays.
Hillary,
Yeah.
what are you like, Hillary?